Hello, and welcome to After Shadow Space Episode 2, and that was an interesting episode, huh? So I think with this episode out of the way, we're gonna talk a little bit about, I keep saying the name wrong and mixing it up every single time. The GenoMed Corporation. I keep saying it wrong by mistake, because this is a campaign that's been being designed for a decade, and so I have conflicting notes with different things written as I've changed this corporation's name several times. The GenoMed Corporation. The people who our scouts are currently working for and are investigating the ship of. So, yeah. Weird fucked up shit they're seeing this episode, huh? And we got a little bit of a peek into the corporate structure of things. So, the GenoMed Corporation, in lore, is primarily a pharmaceutical company. But in the twisted future world of Shadow Space, the term pharmaceuticals has rapidly evolved to more so mean genetic alteration company. Oh, you got the flu? Let us inject you with some DNA that directly will code to white blood cells into to fight that virus. Oh, have a vitamin deficiency? Let us inject you with DNA that will fix your vitamin deficiency. Let us rewrite your DNA to fix all of your medical problems for a price. Or, let's give you gene splicing to give you cool wolf claws or night vision or whatever weird thing you might be asking for. So, very strange genotech corporate or genetic alteration company. And we saw a little bit of some of their stranger, more dubious experiments because they are basically always trying to be on the cutting edge of rewriting human DNA for whatever commercial need may be possible. So, we saw in the last two episodes their weird meat monsters and their Geno soldiers. So, as a little bit of context for all of you, the meat monster things are more or less failed projects of theirs that they were trying to scrap, but have somehow come back to life after having been dead. And that's about all that is needed to be said about them right now. Meanwhile, the Geno soldiers are more of a successful project of them trying to create these, creatures that are just barely legally not humans within the eyes of the trade corporate, or the trade union. And they're very weird, very, I played them a little bit silly, but they're also intended to be a little bit discomforting and strange, hence why I gave some of the descriptors they have. These things are weird, fucked up things that are as close to being a human as you can while still not giving it rights, so that they can be used as disposable weapon, like Geno soldiers. We see the darkness that this Biomed Corporation, is that the right name? I don't know. That they're willing to get to. Not Biomed. What was the corporation? Fuck, let me look at my notes again. GenoMed. The GenoMed Corporation. And we also saw a look at the weird corporate structures. Let's talk a little bit about the weird corporate structure of this world. In the world of Shadow Space, the corporations rule. The corporations are the kings and the kingdoms. So, where in our world, if you're born in the United States, you're a U.S. citizen. In their world, if you're born on a GenoMed ship, you are a member of the GenoMed company. Your parents are they either had you so that they could be either the company paid them to have you so that they could have another worker, or they had you when they weren't supposed to, and now you are immediately born as a being in debt because you are having to be you are having to reimburse your own raising. All people are born in debt because the corporation you're born under provides everything you need to be raised and have a living, but they are expected to work for them to pay it back. It is a society of perpetual debt, and some people are able to escape this and become members of the Scout Corps. Many people they'll either be happy to live within their weird debt life and just deal with it forever and be a part of the company and be a happy member of the machine, or they will work super hard and find cutthroat methods to get out of their debt in order to then become an independent person and join the Scout Corps. They will pay their way out of their job, and you have to pay to exit your contract with a lot of these companies. Or maybe they were somebody who was fired because the company just deemed that they weren't worthwhile to keep under in the blanket or under the keep as their own anymore. Sometimes corporations even trade their people. Like, oh, I need some skilled guards. Your company is is really good at training skilled guards. My company is really good at training doctors. How about I give you 2 of my doctors for 20 of your guards? People are a resource, and many people are just kind of okay with this because it is the only life they've ever known, and it's how they've been raised. It is a world of corporate brainwashing. Even these scouts who exist free within it are still a part of the system. They still have to rely on these corporations to keep themselves afloat. And generally, trying to go by yourself as an independent person, not beholden to any company, well, not being beholden to a company means not being beholden to the protections of the trade union. If you aren't a scout, or you aren't working for a corporation, you have no protection. And that's where we see groups like the union that is forming down in the lower decks of the ship, something we will see more of. Union is used collectively for any time a group of people try and go about things themselves separate from a corporation. And unions are evil. They're communism. They're bad. They seek to destroy everything we hold dear as happy capitalists. In a union society, there is no reward for your merits, and you are not entitled to the sweat of your own brow. So a union is a catch-all term for outsider. Anyone could be a union. Any group of people could be a union, whatever reason they form. A religious cult forming an ideal that isn't liked by the corporations, that's a union right there. A group of workers who are tired of the work hours they have and striking to demand better work hours, that's a union right there. Better get rid of them. A group of people who have decided they don't want to work anymore for your company and just want to go and settle on a Plutoid off at the edge of the galaxy. I don't know. Seems an awful like a lot like a union. We better send some union busters to take care of them. If people try to largely get together to any significant amount while not working for a company, it will not work out for them generally. It's one of the major elements of this world and something that will be explored, hopefully, as the narrative goes on. But yeah. That's about all that really needs to be gone over after this last episode. So this Shadow After Space episode was a lot shorter than the last one. Yeah. Hope you've all enjoyed this and hope you all look forward to the next episode. Love you all very, very much, and ta-ta for now.